Welcome. I'm Graham Woodbrook, and this is The Church Alive. My guest today is Pastor C.J. Johns Sr. He's the pastor of the Father and Son Free Food Pantry, not far from here in Land O'Lakes. And we're going to be talking about what has been going on at this place these several years. Quite a miracle. Welcome, Pastor. How are you today?
Thank you, Graham. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Almost 4.6 million meals.
Yes.
Since?
Late 2018.
Please, how did this come about?
Well, the best way to synopsize that, and before we go any further, I'm going to take off my hat now, because I want people to know whenever they see me in that pantry, I'm in full work regalia, and I always have on a hat. I'm known as the man in the hat. So
Amen.
That's for you guys who may be watching. So what I will say to you is, it was a vision that God gave me when I came into ministry. We have a plethora of churches everywhere.
Yes.
There's a church on every corner.
Yes.
But Christ is not in them. And so what God gave me is the ability to take all my business acumen and my hard work and my work ethic and do something to change the world. So my corporate sobriquet is change this world one person at a time. And so we've always, since I've been in ministry, going back 13 years now, we've always been boots on the ground. I never had an interest, sometimes to my own detriment, in creating a mega church. It was never my desire. I wanted to make a change, make a lives. And so we always wanted to give back. How do we show Christ instead of only talk Christ? So we started off by what we call love boxes during the holidays. We would take a small U-Haul type box, about so big, so deep, and we would wrap the box except the top, and we leave the top open. So it's in full gift wrapping paper. We would stuff it with a full meal, a Bible, maybe some toys, and we just randomly would go knock on apartment doors and tell Merry Christmas from Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
So that's really how it started. Then once I got into a building and we were able to grow out of my home, and we had a little short stop for about 2 years at the Intercontinental Hotel. I had the Poinciana Ballroom for about 2 years. So once we were able to grow out of my home into a real building, it's just not in my nature just to teach and preach.
Right.
People need to see Christ, not just hear.
Absolutely.
And so we started off with just bag lunches like we used to have in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And it didn't go over well right away because nobody wanted to come. They didn't know who we were. We weren't familiar to the community. But when God gives you a vision, he'll give you the provision. And so we just never quit. We never stopped. And eventually we began to procure services of different vendors. And the real challenge with that came because we were a pantry and we were becoming a 501c3 separate from the church. The new vendors wanted to give me garbage. Now I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it was.
Sure.
Dented cans, dented product, expired product. And they said, well, if we're giving it to you for free and you're giving it away, what do you care? And my line was always the same. If you wouldn't give it to your mother, why would I give it to mine?
And that's a great point, Pastor. And in full disclosure, I am privileged to be able to volunteer.
That's right.
On Tuesdays at the pantry, which is the day when we help veterans, we help
first responders.
We help essential workers, and also the Gold Star families.
Yes.
And of course, recently you and I and Resurrection have been working with Tunnels to Towers to provide food to the veterans that will be moving into the very new, what's going to be a 96-home village up off Erin Cutoff. Tell us a little bit about what your vision for that is.
Well, the vision for that is to expand our territory like the prayer of Jabez. So let many people see the love of Christ without being preached to. Let them want to come learn more about this Jesus Christ. By providing them with the sustenance that makes a difference in their daily budgets, which then makes a difference in the holistic nature of their lives. Yeah. And we don't want to charge them, even though my rent has been doubled. We don't want to charge them anything because they've already paid. They're either widows or they're handicapped or they've been maimed, become disabled, all in service to us in this great country.
This event with your rent doubling, and as I understand it now with utilities, you've got an $8,000 plus a month nut.
Oh, it hurts to even say it, yes.
Which
yes.
you were covering yourself all these years.
For most of it I did, yes.
And
I can't do it at 8.
I understand that. And we're going to be asking anybody who's going to be watching this video to
Amen.
Reach deep into their hearts. It really doesn't matter if it's $1 a month,
Amen.
$5 a month.
Amen.
Every little bit will help. And we will be putting the information onto the website, onto the video. I have not simply noticed, but I have been so blown away at your commitment to excellence.
Yes.
In everything. Your facility is beautiful. It's immaculately laid out.
Amen.
And I tell people it's almost like the butler setting up for a large English banquet, going around with a little measuring stick, making sure everything's in.
And a white glove.
And a white glove.
Yes.
This is because you want to respect the dignity.
I believe that dignity is something that is felt. It doesn't have to be portrayed audibly. If we feel like you are worthy of feeling the dignity of selecting without ever meeting me by how you have the opportunity to shop.
And it does show.
Yeah.
It does show. Now, in addition to the Tuesdays, on Fridays, you're available to help anybody who's in need.
Homeless, not homeless, working poor, families, mothers with children, everybody. We help them all. We've actually been essential in removing some of the outward appearance of the homeless population within a 3-mile radius of our location.
Wonderful. What's the vision for the future?
A full-fledged grocery store.
Wow.
A full-fledged 30, 40, 50,000 square foot.
That big?
Yes. You asked the vision. But what we want to do is we want to have an equivalent data card similar to a Sam's or a Costco. And on certain days, they will be able to swipe that because it'll be closed to the public as far as purchasing power. And it'll be available to those to shop. But the product will be the same. There will be no overturn of product for pantry days. It'll be the same product that is open for anyone to come shop.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Pastor, what thoughts would you like to leave our audience with today?
I would like people to understand there are still those of us who are out here who have served the Lord with an unbiased, unpolitical agenda. We just want to serve. We want to help people change their lives. And we know Jesus is the answer. So my desire is to truly change this world one person at a time.
Amen.
And we're working really hard to do it 7 days a week.
Amen. So, thank you, Pastor CJ.
You're very welcome. And I will now return to being the man on the hat.
Please reach into your heart, and even if it's $1 a month, $5, it doesn't matter. Help us keep this going. We will keep it going.
Amen.
But help us to make it grow. Thank you for your time, your attention. God bless. Father and Son, love, Free Food Pantry. Look for the website.